Right, what's up guys? Welcome to the first video of my channel. It should be a good one. I'm going to do a quick little introduction to Royal Road, which I believe is the best website to read web fiction. So let's get into it. What is Royal Road? Well, you can look on the page here, you can see a lot of stuff going on, but if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we can see Royal Road is the home of web novels and fan fictions. In our amazing community, you can find various talented individuals who write as a hobby or even professionally, artists who create art for them, and many, many readers who provide valuable feedback and encouragement. And if you clicked on this video, you're probably one or maybe multiple of these things here. You might be someone who wants to write, you might be an author already, you might be someone who just was like me and wanted to read a lot and would read books too fast, so you came online and you found these. Yeah, so let's get started. When you come onto the RoyalRoad website, primarily what you're going to be doing is you're going to be reading, and there's multiple ways to access different books. We come on the front page here, and you're going to see books specifically partnered with places like Amazon and Audible. Now, these are authors who have gotten deals with websites like Amazon and stuff, and so you know that they must be pretty good quality. You can look at them, but what I like to look at mainly is on here the rising stars. These are newer books that are gaining lots of traction. You can see they've got lots of followers, they've got good ratings, and so you click on here, more rising stars, and you can see up here we have low fantasy occultist isekai. And when you look at a book, you get the title, you get the cover that they put in, and you also get a few tags that let you know what the sort of categories of this book might be. And while you're here, you can also see the rating, how many views, and you've got amount of chapters, and also the date that the last chapter was posted, so you can see if it's still being regularly updated. Also, that lets you see that is the ongoing tag that we have here. Then you know the author hasn't abandoned it. So you can scroll down here, have a look at the rising stars, and if you're an author, this is a very important page, which I'll explain probably in another video. But this is for readers, this video. So you can see, yeah, here's the books. You can have a look at the tags, see what you want to see, but this might not be what you want. So you might want to be looking for the best of the best. You can come up here to read, you can go to best rated, and here we have probably one of the best books I've read of all time, Mother of Learning. I might have to do a full review on this another time, but this is a fantastic book. You can look at the rating, 20 million views, almost a perfect 5-star rating, completed so you know it's done. It's a complete full story. And then the tags again, time loop adventure fantasy. You can see what sort of story you're getting. And then look at that, 2,932 pages. You know that there's a lot of content. Here, more other books, super supportive. That one's still ongoing. It's really good. Perfect Run, again, amazing book. Would definitely recommend. Super Minion, bit of an interesting one. Heaps of views, but it's on hiatus. The author doesn't upload very much. You can see that the most recent one was in last month, but it was actually on hiatus for like, I think a year or two or something, and then he came back. Yeah, you can see the best rated books. Again, might not what you want to be. You want to see just complete books. So here you have Mother of Learning again, Perfect Run, Journey of Black and Red, all amazing books. Oh, I didn't know Rock Falls Everyone Dies was done. Ah, cool. Okay. But yeah, here you can look at stuff that's completed. And probably my second favorite place to look, other than Rising Stars, is Popular This Week. That lets you see like normally it's like ongoing books which have a lot of content that keep pumping out good chapters. So you got the Runesmith, Path of Dragons, and you can see a common theme with a lot of these books is the lit RPG tag. And yeah, that's the majority of the books you're going to find on here are lit RPG, fantasy, isekai. So what does that mean, lit RPG? It's like a game. They've got stat sheets, they've got tables, all that good stuff. Portal fantasy, isekai, they've someone from normally our Earth has been transported to another Earth. Fantasy, that's pretty self-explanatory. Fantasy just goes off here. Sci-fi is probably close second, but yeah, fantasy is king on RoyalRoad. And it's, yeah, you can see why. Fantasy isekai is probably the biggest genre on this site. Um, Furthermore, I guess if you want to look at some newer books, latest updates is gonna have basically every time someone posts a chapter, it'll pop up here. You can see this book, Whispers of Chaos. This person's obviously just started to post, and they're posting every like 10 minutes or so. Probably trying to launch their story. You click on here, you can check it out. You can get a description of the book, the tags, and then down here will be the chapters. So if we actually go back to Mother of Learning, something that's completed, we can see here the description of the book, links to buy it on Amazon. It's quite a successful book, actually. Patreon. But then here we can see chapters. You can go click on a chapter, skip through, and the site will save your progress in each book. So you're able to come back to books that you were reading in the past and pick off back where you left off without having to, remember. It's like an automatic bookmark. Yeah, if we go back to newest fictions, that's also where you can see some new books. We saw Whispers of Chaos earlier, but yeah, basically things that have just started posting will pop up here. And, it's a bit of a luck of the draw. Like some of these, no cover. The quality is probably not going to be as good as the stuff you find on the front page, but you can find some hidden gems in here. I've definitely found some books and it's a cool concept, but unfortunately a lot of the books that get posted in here just get completely abandoned. So you are probably best off going Popular This Week or Rising Stars to get some actual content. Obviously you can log in, make an account, and what that will do is let you write, which I'll talk about in a separate video, actually writing on RoyalRoad, but you can also access the forums. And here, there's all sorts of different stuff. You've got community stuff, so just little general chatting, write-a-thon, which is a cool event that they do every year to encourage people to write heaps for a whole month. Celebration, like people celebrating stuff. You can introduce yourself on the forums. You need help. Recommendations, this is a great one. People can post for all sorts of different stuff that they're looking for. They can give recommendations. If you are like, I specifically want to find this sort of stuff, you can just go and ask on here, and someone will probably, I think I've used this when I had read a book and I could not remember what it was called, posted like maybe 2 sentences about what it was pretty specific, and someone came back to me like in a day, and they were like, yeah, it's this, really good, I love it. And probably finally what I'll do is I'll show you guys how to use the search function. So we talked about those tags earlier, and if you want to like drill down, you're like, I want to find the perfect book for me. Come in here, search, advanced search, and you can go keywords for the title, description, author name. Probably won't be using those, but here, genre. You could be like, I want romance historical. I want a historical romance. That's fine. Content warnings. Here you can both add in if you want there to be profanity, or you can take away. This is great for like sexual content, graphic violence, if you don't want to have any of that in the books. Look, AI assisted, maybe not, AI generated, I would almost always get rid of this because it's not the same. It's not the same as a book that someone's read. You can get length of stuff. So if you're like, I only want a long book, you can bring up the page count to a lot more. Or you want a short little thing just to read over the weekend or something, you can bring this down. Rating, if you want I want to make sure this is good quality, you can change the rating. So let's say we want it to be at least 3 stars. We want our historical romance to be at least 3 stars. Status, we want either ongoing or completed. We don't want dropped or hiatus, because hiatus is they've just abandoned it, and dropped is like they abandoned it and they've told you. And stub is for licensing stuff, for when they've got a licensing deal with some other company, publishing or something. You can order by relevance, popularity. I think I'll go popularity, and sending, so most popular first, and then type. Fanfiction, original. We want original, historical, or we'll go all. Maybe we'll get some fanfiction. Historical romance that's not AI generated. Let's see. Okay, so we've got The Lady's Handbook of Intrigue and Murder. You can see it's an ongoing fiction. It's some sort of political drama. She's the daughter of a dying house. She's gonna let's have a look at this. The magic of Harry Potter and the politics of Game of Thrones. First book focused on the female lead and the interplay of competing regional and imperial interests. See, I wanted historical romance. I've got it. And as we can see here, big fantasy trend here. So if we actually didn't want fantasy, we could redo this search. And yeah, here we go. We get... Yeah, okay, so this is basically exactly what we wanted. May 1899, households across the city, but no fantasy elements. Seems to be like sort of just a more realistic, grounded sort of book. Probably not something I'd read, but it's here. There's people who love that stuff. They would read that. And here we can see we got a fan fiction. As we did, I think this is probably like some sort of German, like, honestly, World War II probably fan fiction, and again, someone wants to read that. But yeah, so that advanced search, you can find anything that you want on here. to read. It's fantastic. There's a ridiculous number of books on this site. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, you want to see more videos about Royal Road, be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like, and let me know what you want to see. But yeah, thanks for watching.